Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Japanese Wrestling Update. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the magic lady herself. It's the princess. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I'm doing great, Andre. I'm hopefully going to have most of my voice for this show. It's kind of been doing a disappearing act on me throughout the day. Sometimes it just sounds like I've muted myself and there's just nothing coming out, which is probably a blessing for some people, I'm telling you. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, not for everybody. It's not a blessing for me because I need you. I need you.
Do my best, my friend. I will do my best.
uh, I'm doing all right. Busy. I had a busy day out today. I was out pretty early. Not early this morning. We didn't get out till 10, but got out in the morning. Got some out of the house stuff done, and just got life underway, and then done some laundry and some editing, new graphics and their backgrounds with our names looking all like
Mhm.
different now. Got to say hello to my other tech team
Fancy.
partner, Ed Fries. How you doing, good sir? Speaking of Ed, we've decided this coming Wednesday, we're gonna do episodes 6 and 7 of X-Men. Just because we know those last three are going to be something big, so we're going to just do these and get them out of the way. Then we have much more time to talk about 3 episodes because that we did 5 episodes last time and it was a lot.
Yeah, yeah, they're all out, right? They're all out. You guys are just, no, not yet.
Just weekly drops, weekly drops.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I've been hearing very, very good things about that.
hmm Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel we'll get into it next week, but my feelings that life death got shortchanged haven't subsided at all, and I just finished watching that episode. But that's for next Wednesday. So tune in, and Sunday I'll be on Point of View in the morning at 9 a.m. watching MLW with our boy Bobby Munson, and then later that afternoon at 6:30 Eastern, I'll be jumping on to the Backbreaker Video Twitch and doing a AEW Dynasty watch along with my boy Mike the Ref. So
Oh,
got
you
lots
are
coming.
gonna do that. That's good.
Yeah, it was up in the air. Everything was crazy, but I'm gonna do it now. lots and
Glorious,
lots.
glorious chaos.
Lots of glorious chaos coming at you, but we are here to talk some Japanese professional wrestling.
Mhm.
And the biggest news in Japanese professional wrestling right now, I have to say, it is Marigold. Uh, it's Marigold. It's Gracio Gao's new company. But if anybody's wondering about the pronunciation, well, we're gonna hear about it from the person that knows best. It's Julia.
It's
Okay.
not marigold, it's marigold.
It's Marigold.
Okay. We even got a finger shake on that one.
Like it's Marigold, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I think the biggest news in Japanese wrestling is Rossy Okawa's bringing in, bringing to formation Marigold. So again, it's a big news in professional wrestling. It's something we've been following for a while. Nobody knew what was happening, and finally we got the announcement on Monday this week uh, to
Mhm.
officially announce Marigold. And yeah, so the press conference announced it. The first show will be on May 20th at Corkin Hall, titled Marigold's Fields Forever. And it'll be headlined by a tag team match that will have Julia and a partner facing off against freelancer Sari and a partner of her choosing. So yeah, and it will be live on Wrestle Universe with English commentary.
Yeah, it
Mm.
will.
Yeah,
Yes. That is so, it's gonna be so good. So good.
yeah.
Because gosh dang, a girl has struggled. Like at least with NJPW, we got Walker Stewart, we got Chris Charlton. Um, they can help us with the move set there. Having nobody really in English commentary for Stardom has been, for myself, a little detrimental because I struggle to learn the names of the moves and not even having them most times because there isn't even Japanese commentary. It can be a little difficult.
Well, that the game that we played for the longest, that NJPW game that we were playing for the longest
Strong
time.
spirits,
That's
yes.
how I learned half the move names. Was because I would get started the Stardom girls, and then I would look at their move sets, and then I would know and look at the videos of the moves, and then learn the names of the moves.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually a really great game if you are a wrestler yourself and wanting to learn how to do certain things. Like, it really was the point of that game, really.
Yeah, I miss that game so much.
Same.
But yeah, so they announced a roster. So you
Mhm.
have Julia, Utami Hayashishida, no, again, Mirai, Mai Sakurai, and the now fully named Victoria Yuzuki. So again, those 5 were leaving Stardom to join Rossi. We all knew that. Nane Takahashi, who has been a friend. Oh, hello, Astrid. Hello, Madame. How are you?
I
Sorry.
mean, I'm mostly covered there, but yeah.
Hello, Madame. It's nice to see you. But yeah, so we again Nani Takahashi, the woman that started Stardom with Rossy Ogawa, showed up. No surprise there, and Nayo
Mhm.
Ishikawa were there. Joining Marigold on the first tour will be Myla Grace, Bozilla, and Astrid's friend. Astrid's the person Astrid interviewed is Zeta Steel from MLW. So which who I'm gonna get to watch this Sunday on Point of View. So which I'm excited for. So yeah,
Hey.
yeah. So again they have put out a thing that they're looking for more people. They said women from 13 to 30 who are unmarried, which in Japanese culture, it sounds bad to any North American person when you're saying you have to be unmarried, but not within Japanese culture. That's very much a thing. And if you want really good background on it, go to Post Wrestling and listen to WrestleNomics. They had Karen Peterson on, who lived for years in Japan and talked about this and how the culture is very, very different there. The woman is stay at home in a lot of that culture. If you have kids and that kind of thing, you're married. You say it's a very much a stay at home culture. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's why they're saying that way. But again, and then they also had a few people show up from ActRes Girls. Fuka,
Mhm.
the Aqua Girls advisor, has obviously left the company to come join Marigold, and she was one of the founders of Stardom with Rossy Ogawa. So with her, she brought Miku Aono, Natsumi Sumikawa, who is the current ActRes Girls champion. So sorry, actress girls. Misa Matsui, Kuki, Chiaki, and Chika Goto are the names that showed up to the press conference.
Oh, wait.
Sari, yeah, they did announce Sari for the big show, but again, she is a freelancer. She is not Marigold specific. That's the other thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting because, like, I've been hearing some reports coming out of this in that the people still remaining within the company there, what was it called again? The act.
Actress girls, yeah.
Yeah, they said that they were shocked and surprised by this announcement, and
Mm-hmm.
very they felt hurt and wounded, which if you're kind of taken by surprise, I can relate. It's very understandable and justifiable to feel that way. But then there's also reports coming out that they are very much like pre-Hunter era WWE, where they have consolidated so much talent that there's not a lot of opportunity within the company for all of this talent all at once. Because obviously, to have an efficient show, you need to have stories going forward. This is going to make certain people favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to mean the fans are going to want to see these people. And now you're suddenly like shoving people kind of in catering, which is unfortunate. Um, I feel bad for the company, but at the same time, if that is the case, you can probably afford to lose a couple people, let them go do their thing before they're, kind of aging out of a business that they've waited so long to be a part of. Um, yeah, it's a very, very chaotically interesting situation unfolding over there? Because as we've mentioned before, and it has been noted, are you going to mention the connection with WWE?
Oh yeah, well, I was definitely ready to get to that. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so I was going to talk about that in the next little part.
Mhm.
Before I talk WB part, they have announced dates for a tour following. So May 26th, they will be having two shows on that day at noon and at 6 at Shinkiba First Ring. God, words do not work in my mouth. Um,
I mean, to be fair, it's not your typical language, so we can forgive it.
Yeah, and then in June, they have announced other dates for June. They're going to be running on the 1st, the 2nd, the 11th, the 15th, the 16th, the 23rd, and the 29th, all around Japan. Uh, yeah, they're going
There's
to
a
be in
show
Osaka.
on my birthday. Yes. Happy birthday to me.
Again, nothing has been announced if all these shows will be airing on Wrestle Universe. It is a partnership with Wrestling Universe because this is fully Rossi Ogawa owned, as far as everybody knows. This is just a part because all the other promotions that are on Wrestle Universe are either owned or partially owned by the parent company of Noah, because Noah's owned the same people that own that own Tokyo District Pro and a few others. But other promotions have been showing up on here now with Sendai Girls having stuff up there. A bunch of other companies stuff has been popping up. So I feel like this is going to become almost it's your IWTV. Like we have the Love Pro Wrestling's on
Mhm.
and like or a Fight TV that a bunch of promotions on. That's what I feel like Wrestle Universe is going to become for the Japanese wrestling scene. It's going to be where all the other companies that aren't New Japan put their shows on. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping all these appear there because I want to see more Marigold. That's for
Mhm.
Marigold. Marigold. Yeah, Marigold.
Same, same. And who knows what else we could get addicted to on there. Gonna end up with a bajillion shows on Andre Melball Wrestling Talk.
Yeah, and before we get into the we'll talk WWE side, then I'll talk some our own news. I'm just gonna
Mhm.
pull up the article here. Oop, need to get that over here. And yeah, so continuing with more information from Marigold, they were in Julia and Rossy Ogawa. We're at WrestleMania weekend, along with a bunch of other wrestlers who were there for Stardom weekend for the Stardom
Mhm.
weekend. Um, that he has said he wants to invite WWE stars to be part of it. And that was a big part of having that meeting. And it looks like Triple H again. He had sent Charlie Dempsey to work All Japan Pro Wrestling, and it looks like he's looking Nick Connor looking to expand and make partnerships with companies to share talent, to bring talent in, so you can bring a high profile Japanese guy in for a month or two, have them do something big, and then send them back. And then you can work, and then you have a guy who's lower down the card that you need to get some work, send him over, let him work. Maybe you send a Seth Rollins wants to go work at Kaito Kiyomiya at some point. I mean, he really wants to get in the ring with Kaito Kiyomiya. That could happen if if the partnerships work out, right? Just like
Mhm.
you could see dream matches happening without a person having to sign to a company. It's very possible. And again, Julia will be signing with WWE. That is it. But all the reports are saying that she will be able to go and work Mari Gold shows, not like every week, but be able to appear on all the big shows from Mari Gold, which is I think is a huge boost for them to
Mhm.
have, and then it draws eyes from the North American market on top of it all.
Exactly, exactly. And that's something that, I'm a big, big fan of
Mhm.
seeing this kind of back and forth read. Um, I don't know. You said Ogawa exclusively owns Marigold.
Him and
Did
partners who helped him fund it. It could
Yeah, I
be
was gonna
W.
say, I feel like Hunter is probably one of them big partners,
Oh,
and it would make
100%.
sense given the connection, right? It would make sense, especially if we're talking about a potential talent exchange. Because now I'm excited at the potential of seeing Utami Hayashishita on WWE television. Could you imagine? You know who I would actually really like to see? This might be kind of like faux pas or just kind of taboo or at whatever the word. I would love to see Utami Hayashishita get in the ring with Bianca Belair.
Oh, that would be sick. That again, that just again, it's all fantasy booking right now, but there's so much grand potential for this to happen, and it's just exciting.
Yeah.
It's
And could you
exciting as a
ever
fan.
imagine like a recuperated Rhea Ripley coming over to Japan?
Yeah,
She
there's
would
so much.
decimate.
There's so, and again, this could like lead because there's so much
Especially
going
if
here.
you team her with Tora. Or no, not Tora. Um, well, you could. You
But
could get
that's more
Tora.
start. Yeah, you'd have to get her over. But yeah, again, and then
Still try.
Ogawa's saying he wants to try and get Io Sky and Kairi Sane to work some Marigold events, which would be huge. To get these women who are former WWE Women's Champions onto their events, and
Mhm,
these are both huge names in the Joshi scene in
mhm,
over there. So again, there's all these potentials there with all of this, which is it's insanely exciting.
mhm, mhm. And especially you could bring Dakota Kai over in that, have a whole huge damage control tour there where it's like Team Marigold versus Team
Hmm.
WWE. That would be great.
Oh, 110% for sure. Like,
110,000.
yes, 110,000. So going forward, for my we do our long form reviews over on our channel, Andre Melball Wrestling Talk,
Mhm.
and over there we will have a new show, and this is our new show. It is Dream
Yay.
Review Marigold. That is gonna be our new show going forward.
Mhm,
Um, the first episode will start after the May 20th, which will probably be a crossover with OLE because we do have interest
mhm,
from some people here at the channel to do a live review. So we'll probably end up getting a Japanese wrestling update Dream Review Marigold crossover for to cover the first show.
mhm.
So yeah,
That would be
yeah,
great.
I'm excited. I am
Yes.
very excited for the future of again. And this episode is a new era in Japanese wrestling.
Mhm,
It's we're going to talk about eras on the men's side too coming up. There's some new change. There's been big changes over there. So again, the future of Japanese wrestling is really shifting.
Every time we say future, all I can think about is Squidward. Future.
I don't
Fu-
I never I didn't watch much SpongeBob, so I don't know. It
Tisk,
was
tisk, tisk.
it wasn't my thing. So
Fine, you
continuing.
didn't like Ren and Stimpy. It was the Ren and Stimpy of the next generation, so that's fair.
That's true. But more for kids than Ren and Stimpy were, that's for sure.
Depending on the episode.
Yeah. So sticking with Marigold though, the ladies from Marigold, Julia, Utami Yashishita, Mai Sakurai, and Mirai, did appear at the last Noah event after a tag team match that featured all the four women on the other side. The Nagisa Nozaki, Miyuki Takaze, Takumi. How do you say that?
Kumi, Yiro,
Takumi Iroha and the Great Muda's daughter, uh,
Great
Great
Sakuya.
Sakuya, the Great Sakuya. They appeared after, and they got into a bit of a brawl, and they got into a brawl with those four ladies, and it is set up at Wrestle Magic on May 4th. We will get Team Marigold versus Team Noah, I guess, and it's going again. But caveat to everybody: you have to pay for this event. It's not a free event on Wrestle Universe. So not free, but it's not an event that's included with your subscription. You will have to pay extra. It's 2,800 yen, or roughly around $28 Canadian. It's usually around what I pay. I usually pay about roughly the same number. But yeah, it's roughly around $28 Canadian. But yeah, it's going. I think it's going to be a great show. Wrestle Magic. The Marigold first show will be just under subscription price, so don't worry about that. I've already checked. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to see this match because I do want to see this and see how this goes. Because again, this I feel like Marigold people will be appearing, I think, on Noah throughout. And even once the promotion gets going, I think this is going to be a thing going forward.
I hope so. I hope so. I did like how the little riot was initiated between these 8 women where get it out, Melball. Their great Sakuya misted Rossi Ogawa. It's, this poor old man. All I could think about was that, do you remember the RCW show where Goose threw all those candy canes in that poor old lady's face? That was
Yes,
all I
I
could think
do.
about. I was like, man, that was just 2.0. It was
Yep.
so funny. Instead of an old woman, though, it was Rossi Ogawa, and instead of Goose, it was the Great Sakuya.
Yeah. Again, I look forward. Again, the future of this is so bright in what the potential is, and I'm super excited for it.
Same.
Yeah,
Have you seen some of the promos also that Marigold are starting to do? They're putting out little self promotions for themselves, what their goals are, what they want to do in the company. They're pretty good, actually. I'll have to show you
I'm
on
following
the
I'm following
Stardom
them on
World.
Twitter. I'm following them on Twitter. I have the
Perfect.
Marigold Twitter account that I've been following, and I've been seeing these graphics that pop up or these videos that pop up with the ladies introducing themselves to the audience.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good, so good. I'm very excited to see. I think I'm very proud that Utami's was the longest, most detailed. She's got a lot to say, and I like it.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of Utami and Julia, we're going to continue on their path. We're going to talk just a couple of things from the April 12th show at Corkin Hill, the final night. So um, Julia and Suri reunited one more time to face off against Hanan and Mayu Itani, which and what was a really good match, and ended up with a
Mhm,
time limit draw. Just absolutely phenomenal match, I thought, with
mhm,
these ladies.
Very sentimental match. It was really awesome to see Suri and Julia in their matching gear again with those cool, funky looking space person glasses things,
Mm-hmm.
doing their little dance synchronized entrance. It warmed my heart. The
Mm-hmm.
the backstage promo after kind of broke me, but if it didn't break anybody, you don't have a heart.
I didn't watch it, so it didn't break me. So I can at least go with that. It didn't break me because I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was so emotional. It's been a while since I've seen Shuri just break down in tears, and she was so broken. Julia's holding on to her, just patting her head, just making faces at the camera like she's good, she's okay, we're good. It
Yeah.
was it was so heartwarming because again, I personally feel that Shuri is one of the most dangerous women in professional wrestling, but also simultaneously one of the most empathetic and compassionate women in professional wrestling. It's a crazy combination.
Yeah, incredibly. And then we
Mhm,
went to what we thought was our main event in Micah and Saida facing Aphrodite, which is Saya Kamatani and Utami Hayashishita.
mhm,
Micah and Saida did win in 19 minutes and 9 seconds.
mhm,
Not really surprised here on this one against a world champion. It's a person on the way out. I can see
mhm,
why and I understand why they did have them draw too, because you don't want Sarah to
mhm,
take the loss. But yeah, you have, and again, here it doesn't hurt Kamatani to take the loss here with her partner. And
mhm,
and that's an incredibly emotional, great match just to see these
mhm.
two finally go. But then afterwards, they got a 5 minute singles match. Saya Kamatani versus Utami Hayashishita. Went to the
Mhm,
5 minute draw, and again, just the heartbreak of it all, of like these friends having to
mhm.
go their separate ways, man. It made me tear up, and I'm, me, I'm heartless.
I wouldn't go so far to say heartless. You are certainly indiscreet, but you are not heartless. Yeah, Kamitani is very. I love her to death, but my goodness, that woman is very much an emotional bubble that bursts quite regularly. She's a
Yeah.
crier, and she's a loud crier too. Ah, the microphone always finds its way close to her, and you just end up hearing every agonizing sob. These last couple shows for Stardom have been hard.
Mm.
It's not been fun.
No, it's been tough, and you know you hate seeing it, but it's like at least that we got that we got the information come Monday, so it gives us a
Mhm,
little relief. We're gonna get to see these ladies, and we're gonna get to see them at the start of May in Noah.
mhm,
We're gonna get to see them in by mid May in Marigold. So
mhm,
again, just so much to really unpack here with what's coming here, and it's just like oh
mhm.
oh oh
It's like
you know
every match we watch right now, it twists the knife in our hearts just a little bit more.
just a little bit more every time, and it really does. So, but again, I'm excited to continue to see what Stardom Future is. We had some returns on the Sunday show. Prominence came back. I think they returned on Saturday, but they wrestled on the Sunday show
Mhm,
in a 4-on-4 tag match. So again, there's so much potential going forward for what Stardom again Stardom I think has a great future going forward. They've created a lot, brought a lot of people up as
mhm,
as great stars, and
mhm,
again I think they're going to do a great job in like Hanan on her ascension to the top. Micah, I think, is a
mhm.
great person to lead them through this next while.
I'm
Mina,
not gonna Mina Shirakawa.
yeah, there's so many that are just
Mhm.
and leaders, and then they got a great young crop coming up that
Oh,
are
yeah.
yeah, because you can like you have Arena, you have Hina, you have sorry, I had got a text message. I apologize, but yeah, you have so many that have all these things that you can do, and I think it's going to work out very well for this company.
Mhm. Mhm. I agree, I agree. And then look at also the success stories. Like, even though we were having some issues with the Stardom brand over the last little year, look at the amazing people that they did give us. In most of Club Venus, I have Brookside, Mariah May, Jessie, Xena. Then you had Alice Inc. With God's Eye there. She was a surprise and a half. Megan Bain. Um, you there's just every woman that seems to step out of that curtain ends up going back a little bit better, a little bit wiser, a little bit more experienced. So yeah, Stardom has been building its brand very, very well. And I'm very excited to see what they're going to do going forward now that they have lost a crop
Yeah.
of efficient and top tier kind of wrestlers. This opens up an opportunity for them to create some more of their own.
Oh, 100%, and it gets me excited for what's going to come for Stardom's future because you have, and we're going to get to it. We'll talk about All Star Grand Queendom in just a bit here, but you get All Star Grand
Mhm,
Queendom at the end of April, which is going to be a big show. We're going to preview that in a few minutes here, but yeah, there's a lot of great stuff coming in the
mhm,
world. Yes, we talk. I guess the big news is Marigold, but there's Stardom has so much on the horizon. In Tokyo Joshi Pro, I've been checking out a couple of their things here and there, and I'm really getting interested in that. Man, it's and Noah's doing some crazy shit. New Japan's just always doing big stuff. So again, there's so much coming with all of this. So I'm excited.
mhm,
I'm excited, and we're going to talk about the future because a little more about the future of Stardom because Konami has announced that she is full time with Stardom again. She's in, she's here, she's ready to team up with her partner Siri, ready to come back and kick a bunch of people in the head, knock some people out. I'm excited. Let's go, Konami.
me too. In case you can tell by my dance. When I first started watching Stardom, this was the woman who sold me on the product.
Mm-hmm.
Was seeing Konami. Now, this was also seeing Konami at her most badass level. She was in a Oedo Tai. she was a bad guy and she was mean. She was like the Shayna Baszler of that faction. She looked mean. She had that Shayna Baszler hunch walk, and she still kind of does. It's just a lot softer now that she's in God's Eye. But I have noticed that she is one of those wrestlers who does maintain her kind of heel tendencies. And it has rubbed off a little bit. I think I've mentioned in our Stardom review on Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, it has rubbed off quite a bit on Captain Shuri and a little bit on Ami. So it's interesting to see the regal faction of God's Eye starting to walk down that dark path. I kind of welcome it. I welcome the irony of it, but I also welcome it in the fact that Oedo Tai is our only heel faction right now. I would love to see just a surprising heel faction. And I felt that Konami's best work was when she was a heel. So I'm super stoked for this. I cannot wait for her to be back full time, working with these girls. Let's go.
Let's go. And we're going to keep talking Konami because she's going to Bloodsport. Yeah. It was announced that she will be participating in the Bloodsport show. Yeah, it's good. It's going to be insane. I'm excited. Whereas I can't remember what I don't know. I don't think her she was. She'll be facing a lady named Maya Fukuda at this show.
Was that Minoru Suzuki in the hat?
Oh yeah, that's Minoru Suzuki in a hat.
That was my scream. Could you hear that? That was a wheeze.
Murder Grandpa wears a hat, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. There's some big stuff announced for this card. UFC former or retired UFC superstar Quentin Rampage Jackson will be taking on Hideki Shrek Sakin at this show. It is called Bloodsport Bushido. Is this show called? So you have an actual ex-MMA fighter coming in to beat on some people for this. It's gonna be crazy.
So I'm clear because I'm not very privy to UFC and stuff like that. Is Rampage the guy who was in the remake of the A-Team?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
He was the Baracus. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, you have Kazushi Sakuraba, former MMA and fighter and pro wrestler, facing Santino Marella. The guy's gonna die, but Santino Marella, to his credit, is a very high level trained fighter in trained in different mixed martial arts. He actually is fully trained. He has Battle Arts Academy, trains in both professional wrestling and in full forms of MMA fighting and stuff. So he is very well versed in those styles. And again, this is
still gonna die.
It's still a professional wrestling event, but again, there's a lot more. Masakatsu Funaki is facing off against Davey Boy Smith Jr. I'm all in on that. Minoru Suzuki versus Timothy Thatcher. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Oh, that's gonna be. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of chops in that. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that.
And what looks to be the main event is Josh Barnett versus AEW's and New Japan Pro Wrestling's Jon Moxley. Yeah, that's her main event. And again, there's a bunch of other matches scheduled for that, but that entire show is going to be crazy.
Yeah, I got to point out the adorable humor in this photo because you have two of the most aggressive women in professional wrestling who look like they're about to go to work on a farmstead or something.
Yeah, they do look very they
Amish.
Yeah, especially the one on the right. She does look very Amish.
It's adorable too because those girls could kill us.
Yeah, I know.
They really could. Oh, they unalive us. That's the word we're allowed to use now.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. The whole card. There's a few more matches that I haven't listed here, but again, their names I'm not totally familiar with, except for maybe one or two people. But yeah, again, it's going to be a crazy ass show.
Dig it. I want to watch
let's
that.
Bloodsport Bushido. Let's go. And
Yes.
so from there, you're gonna go back to Stardom. We're jumping all the way, but it's Konami. Konami's still involved here. That's my through line. It's Konami.
Yes. Hey, is she on the picture? Is she on the
Uh,
poster? I don't think so.
but, uh,
I don't see her.
I don't
But
see her.
hey, there's only so many you can stuff on there. There's a lot of great names on there.
You could stuff more. So they have announced the first 6 matches for this card. So Konami, Suri, and Ami Saray will be teaming up to face off against TBA, TBA, and TBA. Again, one of the most formidable teams in the world is Team TBA because you never know who it's going to be.
Do I mean you know the rest of the cards so far? You said there's 6 matches announced so far.
Announced first. So we have for the Future of Stardom Championship, you have Arena defending against Sayaka Kurara.
Oh, you know what though? Rena is a very accomplished wrestler for how young she is. Um, I think that she's gonna do really well in making Kurara keep up with her.
100%. You
Mhm.
have legend of Joshi in North American wrestling, Aja Kong,
Oh,
teaming up
right,
with
right.
Kaoru Ito, taking on Meltier, Tam Nakano, and Natsupoi.
You know what? I mean, that Meltier, don't underestimate them in their diminutive size. That
Not
they
at all.
they put everything into everything. Then when they toss themselves at you, they're tossing. It seems like more than themselves. Tam Nakano, especially, just very, very deceptively strong. And Natsupoi is deceptively dense. She doesn't go down without a fight, that girl. It's gonna be good.
Very true. For the
Mhm.
IWGP Women's Championship, it will be Mayu Itani versus Sari.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Oh yeah, it'd be cool to see Sari on this show. And Mayu
Mhm.
Itani, I think, is a great matchup for those two, just to see those two go at it.
Absolutely. I'm always up to seeing Sari.
And then what? Like 3 weeks later, she'll be appearing on the Marigold show.
I mean, thank goodness these things are planned in advance, right?
Yep. Then we have the Wonder of Stardom Championship, Saori Anou against the lady who is cashing in her wish, Hanan.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this. I'm really hoping Hanan takes it here.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that because she's been doing so good and her progress and evolution in the last even just 2 years. Been incredible. I would love to see that.
And then your main event in a 2 out of 3 falls match, it is Micah versus Momo Watanabe.
That is the match I've been waiting for.
Mhm.
Yes, let's go. So I've back to the TBA show or team. Do we think that's going to be Prominence?
I have a feeling it could be.
I would like to see that because I feel like we've got new members you've mentioned with Prominence. I think that they need a proper introduction to the company and to a Melball. So I would like to see that.
Yeah, again, there's a lot what we can be looking at here, and I'm looking forward to. Yeah, it's a 2 out of 3 falls, but I think it's a singles. Can't remember what the middle one is on the world Wonder of the World match, but the final I think is a last woman standing match. So
Oh,
eventually beat the other person until they can't get up. So yeah, again, it's going to be an interesting event, man. I'm excited for that event.
same, same. I mean, I'm such, I love Micah, but man, I have been calling for Momo Watanabe for like a year now. Mm, I'm in a spot.
You're in a spot,
I'm
just
in a
one spot,
spot.
just
Just a
one
spot.
spot, just a
It's in a
spot.
difficult spot. It's a difficult spot.
Yeah, but again, it all looks to be pretty gosh darn awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull up the what the. Sorry. Yeah, first fall will be a regular. Second will be a hardcore match, and then the third will be a last woman standing.
You know what though? These stardom matches with our hardcore stuff tends to actually be pretty tame, like pretty palatable. Like we
Yeah.
know what, like Prominence is a great example. They're a death match faction. That's like literally their description. But their death matches in Stardom are not what their death matches are out in the rest of the world, if that makes sense. Like, instead of using thumbtacks, they're using Lego, which is arguably worse, but they're not stuck in you. You know, we've seen, I've shown you pictures of Suzu Suzuki with freaking spikes through her cheeks, or like the freaking porcupine sticks in the head and stuff. They don't do that in Stardom. If there's
No.
blood, it's usually typically by accident. So, which, obviously, we would hope that most of the blood in professional wrestling is a happy accident. But like, yeah, it's a very palatable hardcore match, typically in Stardom, which is what I'm hoping for. And given who it is, it probably is really gonna be. It's probably gonna be that pipe or that bat or Ruaka's case. Like, it's gonna be very. It's not gonna be Moxley.
No.
But that being said, though, to be fair, Moxley has been pretty tame recently. That nasty cut that he got for that IWGP World Championship match, that was, you said, the chair shot, right? He didn't protect himself for a chair shot. Like, no shit, you're gonna bust open for that. But he didn't cut himself, so that's a plus, right?
Yeah, I guess it's a plus. So we're gonna move. We're gonna move on.
A comment.
Ed. Someone should tell Moxley that it's true. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the hardcore matches that we get in NJPW are not the same as Stardom, though they should be held to the same standard. They are both Bushi Road. Unfortunately, in NJPW, we get Jun Kasura.
Yeah. But moving away from that, we're still going to talk a little bit more Stardom.
It's all about the ladies this week. I love it. That's not Stardom.
I forgot to put the graphic in. I am just a terrible, terrible human being. I'm moving back to this. I'm bad at my job. I'm really, really, really bad at my job. Why do I keep... Every week there's something that I screw up on the show. Yeah, I've completely forgot to put that graphic in there. I completely forgot to put the graphic in.
That's okay. Let's improvise.
Stardom is all together. Stardom is all together. They're going to be at All Together again in May. It will be Natsupoi and Starlight Kid versus Miyu Amasaki and Azumi. Yeah. Stardom versus Stardom, but it's a weird combination.
Yeah.
No, he is not. I suck at my job.
I mean, we wouldn't dispute, though.
Oh, I forgot to download that graphic. But yeah, they're going to have Starlight Kid and Natsupoi, weird-ass team, facing Queen's Quest, Miyu Amasaki, and Azumi. So you have a tag team versus people from two different factions who don't like each other, have never liked each other, and will never like each other. So
maybe that's the story, though, because these kind of matches that are happening in the American shows and stuff like that, it's very much at this point they were just kind of thrown in there. There isn't something really building up in that. The only one that we've kind of seen a story building up with, I think, was Mina and Mariah. Whereas everything else has just been a showcase.
And that's more being built, I think, for AEW for Forbidden Door. That's where I think that's all aiming to. So
yeah. So I think that this is an opportunity, if they choose to take that route and choose to build on that, that's something that they could work into that match. That kind of reluctant camaraderie between Natsupoi and Starlight Kid. I hope they do, because it's something like the Japanese are just so good at their psychology and like storytelling in that ring. I would like to see it showcased a little bit more to the North American crowd.
I agree. Okay, but this one will be at that All Together Again event, which is the multiple Japanese companies coming together.
Oh, right,
in
yeah,
Japan. Earthquake. It's the Earthquake Relief Show.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that one is. So yeah. Now we get on to the story that I meant to be talking about. After that, Yo's out. Yo is officially
Oh
out
no,
of
yo.
no. Yo is no mo. He
No
is
mo,
out.
yo.
No mo yo. He's out of Zest of the Super Juniors. It's a dislocated shoulder and a partially torn labrum, I think they said, or
Oh
an
no.
or they said injured labrum. So I'm guessing a partial tear or a torn labrum, which
Bummer.
really sucks. But they have announced his replacement.
Mhm.
I don't know how Mel's gonna feel, but I think she.
I know. I know this
Oh,
one, and I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Kushida! I
Yeah.
hope he's in the same block as Kevin Knight, so we get a Kushida versus Kevin Knight match. Is what I want.
I think that would be tremendous. What I hope they don't do is what they have been doing with Kushida, which is very much Kenta-ing him a lot. Like they gave Knight and him a run with the IWGP Tag Team titles there for a bit. But man, once they got those titles, Kushida kind of went on a losing streak for his team. And like, he went through the Super Juniors losing. And we got a couple good profile wins at the end of his kind of junior run, but like he really did take a lot of unnecessary losses. And the unnecessary losses kind of start to make them not look so good. I don't know if he's being punished because he keeps going over to North America, working ROH and stuff like that. But I'd like to hope in the Super Junior that they give him the run that he deserves because he has put a lot into the company in the past. So I'd like to see him do well. I'm pretty okay with this. I mean, I'm not a fan of Yo, but I'm also not like a huge fan of Yo. He's just, for me, Yo has just been kind of there until his partnership with Leo Rush. Leo Rush kind of gave him a reinvigoration of personality, but that's only kind of been in the last, like, I would say 9 months. Um, so yeah, I can deal with this. How do you feel about this, my friend?
I feel I'm fine. Like I'll admit it. Last year, I don't think we were so hot on Kushida's run in Best of the Super
Mm-mm.
Juniors, but again, he's got something to prove again this year. He's had a good year overseas with TNA, and he's coming back to do some more work. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, the
Interesting.
man that from a man that will be in the Best Super Juniors to a man that I don't think we're going to see again in the Best Super Juniors because he's too busy in North America, and that's Rocky Romero. I think we talked about this earlier this week. He has been named the New Japan Pro Wrestling Vice President
Mhm.
of North
Oh,
American shows. He is going to
mhm,
be in charge of everything for New Japan North America, which I am very okay with because I think
mhm.
he's done a fairly good job so far. I haven't truly been disappointed by a New Japan of America event.
No, but some of the results have been a little sus.
I
Like
agree with
Riddle
that.
getting that TV title, that
Yeah,
I wasn't very
no, no,
smart.
no, no. I don't blame Rocky for that. I blame Tanahashi because that all happened in Japan. He won that title in Japan. That's a
That's
Tanahashi
true,
failure. That's a
but it's not
Tanahashi and
like
Gato failure.
they didn't know that Riddle
No,
wasn't particularly popular. And it's not like Rocky didn't know that either.
but
I mean,
Rocky
he's in
fixed
the,
it. He got it. He got rid. He got him out of there.
I mean, yeah, and like given the performance we saw from Riddle at Windy City, you could tell that maybe he wasn't too keen on sticking around in there anyway.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm pretty okay with this. I mean, Rocky, I've always been a big fan of his in-ring stuff. He's always got something unique kind of going on, something special usually going on with his matches. Um, so seeing and knowing that he has the opportunity to give that to others makes me happy because I know he's not the kind of guy to consolidate things. Like he's one of those guys who isn't just going to reward his friends. He's going to do his best for business. So yeah, I'm actually, what's the word that I'm feeling? I'm feeling pretty confident in his ability to ensure that the shows go off without problem in North America. And if the production value for Windy City is any indication of how it's going to be, I am very excited because god dang, did that show go off so good. So good.
And speaking of
More Veda Scott.
Speaking of the twatter, as Ed says, Taguchi's out for the rest of the Don Taku tour. I haven't heard this.
He
did
might
not
have
see this.
sprained his funky weapon.
Okay, and it's a perfect thing to talk about with Rocky Romero on the screen because that's the other half. They're the mega coaches.
Super coaches, yeah,
they're the mega coaches. So
mega coaches. I hadn't heard about that. I have to check that out.
Yeah, that's news to me. Yeah.
Oh, Ed dropping in with the exclusives.
He's exclusive Ed now.
Exclusive Ed.
He's got the Ed exclusives.
Hey.
We both thought of it. we're both smart. We're both smart.
Yes. Love it.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk a little bit of Windy City Riot here. New IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley. Mel's a little more down on this than I am, but I'm still I'm happy he's going to be showing up for big events. Mel wants him on everything, but I'm okay with him just being on the big events. But
I
he beat
mean,
Naito.
There's a list of people who've beaten Naito. Didn't have to be this one. It didn't have to be for this. It is what it is. Just got to deal with it now, I guess, until somebody defeats him.
Forbidden Door.
If I have to only settle for him being on the big shows, I'll settle for him being on the big shows. Just going to point out that, other people who have held that title, they stuck around. They were on there for all the runs. Jay White, Okada of the Kazuchika kind. They stuck around. So, is what it is. I personally, as I mentioned on Andre Melball Wrestling Talk before, if this is how that's going to be, I'll happily take Joe for a little bit.
That's not happening.
We can trade it.
Joe doesn't want to go. Joe doesn't want to go to Japan. Come on.
I don't really give a shit.
He won't be champion after Sunday anyways. So.
Oh, right, it's gonna be Swerve. Yeah, we'll take Swerve. Frick yeah. Hell yeah. All the yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. 10 out of 10 recommend. Yeah. 5-star.
This way would mean like you would with Jon Moxley and AEW having our world title would mean one of our Japanese guys getting the AEW title would be the trade-off that would make sense. Not them sending us.
Well, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
No, but that would be the make sense trade-off.
It would, but Tony.
Taguchi. Oh no, he's hurt. Taguchi can go in. I was gonna say Taguchi, but now it's come on. I think Taguchi is AEW World Champion. That would be the greatest AEW World Champion yet, and you know it.
Ryosuke Taguchi.
Yeah. Be bum-ing people every week on Wednesdays. That'd be great.
It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Brazilian lap dance.
I would love to hear Excalibur say that.
Just to say, Brazilian lap dance by Taguchi on Samoa Joe. Could you imagine?
That would make me so happy.
Elsewhere
on that card, we had Zack Sabre Jr. regain, as we talked about earlier, regain the NJPW television title from Matt Riddle. And after the match, Jeff Cobb did challenge him, and it has been made official. We'll talk about that in just a little bit here. I was so happy seeing this happen because just one of my high spots on this show was Sabre winning this.
Yes, winning back the title he shouldn't have lost in the first place, to be honest. Didn't lose that title. My heart. It was just taking a sabbatical. It was a great match too. I think to get the full review, obviously go to Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. But yeah, it was very interesting to see the mannerisms, like moods of both Riddle and Zack Sabre Jr. throughout this as the crowd kind of navigated the match. They really did have a huge impact on how these two wrestled. But yeah, I think enough time has passed now since we've seen Cobb and Zack Sabre Jr. go at it for this title, I'm ready for it again. I think they're going to have some fun with it.
It's been a little under a year since we
Mhm.
had that, so I'm ready for it. Also on the card, we got this insanely crazy Riot Rules match, which was a
Yeah.
lot better than I expected it to be because I was scared of the hardcore side. But there was some blood, there was some crazy,
Mhm, mhm,
but it was just enough crazy with that many people. It made sense. It didn't lose me.
mhm.
War Dogs, Gabe Kids War Dogs. I'm calling here. It's Gabe Kids War Dogs on this show.
It was his team.
Defeated Team Eddie Kingston on this show.
Mhm,
With them they were holding Kingston like that while Gabe
mhm,
Kidd hit a pile driver to Kingston's buddy Homicide and pinned him out. And then we got a brawl after the match. They set
mhm.
up a no ropes, no disqualification match at Resurgence, which we will talk about a little bit more in a bit. But yeah, and it's for the title.
Didn't that just happen on WWE? Eddie Thorpe wrestled a match like that. Ed would probably be able to confirm that for us.
That
But
was
didn't
last week. That was last year, at the end of last year. Because
last year?
I think I did that show. I think I reviewed that show with Ed on that Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah, because I
Eddie
remember
Thorpe.
watching it.
Also, just as reference, don't let this
Dana
picture
Wolf.
here of a you threw me off because now I want to get
Clark
mad at
Connors?
you for that.
Clark
But
Connors?
this is the only image that you had of blood in this match, and it's not even real blood. This is him after he got misted by TJP, the asshole. So we this was a surprisingly tame, considering Homicide was involved and Eddie Kingston. Although there were some hilarious points in it. Because like remember when I told you like Eddie Kingston just randomly walked into like entered scene right, hit freaking Clark Connors on the head with a stop sign. It made a hell of a bonk. And then he just wandered off stage left. It was just the weirdest thing. Like it was a surprisingly entertaining hardcore match, which is not something that I've said a lot until this year. And it started with RCW locally having really, really palatable hardcore matches, and it's moved on to this. It's really nice to see, especially considering the last time we saw Bullet Club involved in a match like this, it was that 10-man cage
Dog
match
cage thing, yeah. That
that
was
didn't
insanity.
contain the chaos anyway, and, like, what did Hanari end up with, like, a 6-inch gash on his head?
He hasn't wrestled since. Or no, he came back. He didn't come back until the New Japan Cup.
Yeah, he struggled. I mean, massive cut on the back of his head. He pretty much opened up a new face. It's
Pretty much.
crazy. Yeah.
We got our boys, TMDK, finally winning silver in New Japan.
Stop saying silver.
Well, they're not gold; they're silver. They are. They're silver and blue.
You know what else is the same color as silver, though? Platinum.
Okay, they won platinum and blue,
There you go.
which is better than gold.
Yeah.
My boys, TMDK, they won the strong openweight tag team championships in a very chaotic 4-way tag match,
Mhm,
winning the titles off of ELP and Hikuleo.
mhm,
Also in the match were the West Coast Wrecking Crew and Tom Lawler and Fred Rosser as a team. So again, just crazy match, man. I'm so happy.
mhm.
Team DK is dripping in gold, and it's only a matter of time till Fujita wins Best Super Juniors, and he gets gold.
Hey, I mean, you're still young, right? And Fujita's so good. Wouldn't surprise me if he wins that Super Junior.
Yep.
Yeah, this match was interesting. Chaos, lots of chaos, because there's pretty much two different stories going on. There's a struggle with TMDK having all these amazing tag team championship opportunities and just always coming up short. And then the second story there that was happening with Fred Rosser and Tom Lawler and the West Coast Wrecking Crew. The question before going into this match, what's up with Team Filthy? Are they still Team Filthy? Are they a thing? Are they an item? Are they still buddy buddy? Are they not so buddy buddy? They ain't so buddy buddy. It's interesting what happened, how they've chosen to go about it in very emotional and impassioned, we'll say, battle. I'm gonna go forward with these two, though maybe we want to limit Fred Rosser's mic time.
Yeah, because in his post match, he kind of threatened to invade the West Coast Wrecking Crew's homes, beat them up in their homes where their families live. It's kind of
He
dark.
threatened their families as well, and I'm like, yo, you're supposed to be the face right now. That was a
Yeah,
little too gangsta. That was a little too deep.
yeah. And then one of the earlier matches, Stephanie Vecchia retains her Strong Women's Championship against Asumi. Again, incredible match again. Just these two women just tore it down, man.
Yes. Yeah, Stephanie Vecchia is definitely for me right now, the epitome of what it means to be a heel for women. She is just so good, and she just walks in with this just confidence, but it's not so much arrogant as it just feels evil. She has this evil presence about her, and I kind of live for it. But we also got to shout out real quick in this picture our favorite ref, Mr. Taito.
Taito.
We love
Taito.
Taito.
I love. That's why I
He's
put this
so
picture up
good.
specifically because we got some Taito.
And he's like doing a Yuzuki thing too. It's great.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk quickly talk some wrestling world. Yeah, Tanahashi and Bolton Oleg and Yano won the 6-man titles. Mel called it. I was wrong. I'm depressed. Mel should be hating herself for this. For you jinxed this shit by calling this.
Not jinx this shit. You know what
you
I did? I used this instead of this.
you
I used
ruined
my
everything.
brain instead of my heart.
You ruined everything.
No, 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 no. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. If I had ruined everything, it wouldn't have been the combination in the main event with
You
this.
ruined everything.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, you did. You did.
You're just mad because I was right about it. Because I wanted the
You
same thing that
ruined
you did.
everything.
Hey, I wanted
You
the same thing you did. I just knew that El Presidente would not let these titles leave this country not on his shoulder. El Presidente, he's doing it again. He's coming for a double belt. Well, no likey. You also did say that Bolton Oleg was going to forego his excursion. I mean,
I did.
you're technically right as well.
I love how they gave him a jacket though, and it barely fits him because he's so massive his jacket barely fits.
What do you want to bet that that's like one of like Tanahashi's old ones or something?
Yeah, and it's like I'm gonna squeeze it on for this. And then they all pose with that squat pose that Tana and Yano do.
Mm-hmm.
They're Bebop High School. They're Bebop High School look. That's what it is. Bebop High School.
But you know, given again what the main event was and the other team that they were facing, this was the better ending for this. Because do we really want these titles on House of Torture? I mean, they were the ones that devalued them so far in the first place.
Yeah, but it should have been United Empire in the finals. But you
I
jinxed it.
mean, I did not.
Yes, you did.
Callum Newman just fell down.
You
He fell
you
down very
you
hard too.
you said United Empire was gonna lose, so they lost. You're mean. You're a mean person.
Whatever.
Mean
You
person.
just don't like that I was right.
Because you're a mean person.
Sure.
Don't like Callum Newman and all that Callum Newman hate that's going on here.
What are
I
you
know it.
talking about? I love Callum Newman.
No, it's all that Callum Newman hate you got.
Rude.
Also on this card, in the Taiwan card, Doki beat Kosei Fujita in the #1 contendership match to go face Sho at Sasumi no Kuni
Mm-hmm.
on April 29th. And I'm sad. You're the Doki. I'm not sad that Doki won because I love Doki, and Doki has now a shot at taking the title away from Sho in full.
Mm-hmm.
Not taking the belts away, but taking the title of being the champion away from that bastard. So,
And I bet you're gonna cheer the frickety frack frick frukin out of Doki when he gets there too.
100%. In this match, I was happy either way it went. Honestly, like I want it in my heart. I want Kosa Fuji to win because I'm a big Kosa Fuji fan. But Doki winning and Doki the dethrone show, I'm okay with that. I am perfectly okay with that.
And how amazing was this match, though? These guys put on a banger of a show. And the best part, we got a Doki Choki.
We did. Doki Choki.
And it was a good one, too. He sunk that in real good. I was very happy.
On this show, Walker Stewart did call it alone, but I thought he did a really good job calling it on his own. And there was the pre-show puzzle match. We learned that he is actually the English voice of Puzzle. I didn't know that. He's the English voice of Puzzle. That he did talk about him and a partner of his do the puzzle commentary. I'm pretty sure they do it in post, obviously, but yeah. And Puzzle is free on YouTube in English commentary. Go check them out. But yeah, excited. And resulting from this, we've got Sho versus Doki at Satsumi no Kuni on April 29th. Sho looked like he's finishing.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, how is it that everybody else in this company, like, look at Doki in this, just has incredible freaking pictures, and then you got Sho over here looking like someone just put something in his bum. Like, why? That's not even a good. He's such a good-looking guy too, and then he's just sitting here like, like what the heck? Anyhow, I am just happy that this guy got his butt kicked a fair amount of times in the Taiwan show and in show. I'm happy that he still does not get to hold his own title because Doki stole it. And I hope that he never gets. No, yeah, no. And I hope that he doesn't get to hold it again. I hope that when these two finally meet for this match, Doki wins that title, and he never gets to hold that belt again.
And if Doki can't do it, I hope Fujita comes and steals the title. Or I hope Hiromu Takahashi comes and steals it. Or somebody comes and steals the gosh darn title.
Robbie Eagles.
Eagles, anybody, steal the title.
Let's just yoink.
Just yoink it away.
Make that the story that he doesn't get to hold his own title.
And yeah, on Satsumi no Kuni, we're getting a junior tag title match. It's Hiromu and Bushi versus the War Dogs.
Hosa. That's gonna be great. I'm scared for Bushi though, man. He's been doing his best though to come up with some new moves. He's got that really cool new submission that he's been doing. Been tapping people up with that. Very excited about that. That's not something that typically Connors and Maloney are used to. They're used to that kind of high impact stuff that Hiromu is used to kind of pulling off, and also TJP and Francesco Akira, Kevin Knight. They're all very much those power guys, but people like Bushi and Kushida, they've been working a little bit more on their submissions. So I think they'll cause a little bit of a problem for the War Dogs. So I'm excited to see the dynamic in that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Satsumi no Kuni. That's going to be a great show. Those tag team title match and that junior heavyweight title match is going to be fire.
Fire!
But there's been some matches set for Wrestling Dontaku. The full card's up, but I'm just going to give the top 3 highlights on each show. That's what we're going to talk about. On May 3rd, we're getting for the Global Championship. It's Nick Nemeth defending against about to be a second-time double champion, Mr. Presidente Hiroshi Tanahashi. Mr. Presidente.
El Presidente.
Yeah, Mr. Presidente.
Oh, Jesus, you sound like Walker.
I'm trying to sound as white as I can here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is kind of looking that way, isn't it? Kind of looking that. It's going to be interesting to see, though, because, like, I noticed with the match with Finley the match with Ishii. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been really following what else he's been doing outside of NJPW. Is he just he's he always been that binkety boinky? Like always that like a little jumping bean into everything that he does?
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, just like the Ishii can't jump and Nemeth can.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I
the
gotta clip
concern
that.
I have with this is how Tanahashi is going to fare with that. Um, he did pretty good in the six-man tag, but I feel like he wasn't not limited, but it was certainly he was the least. He was the person in the least in the match. And he did all his big moves, but like it did take him a while to climb the ropes to do that high fly flow, you know?
Mm.
So I am concerned because Nemeth is quite quick still. He's very spry. As I said, he's a jumping bean. So I am concerned about what's going to mean for Tanahashi, but I do suspect that the global championship is probably going to end up on him. And I don't want that. Not just because I don't think that he's really a singles champion material anymore, but because I think that Nemeth shouldn't be losing it on his first defense. You
It's
know
like
how I feel about that.
Finley shouldn't have lost it on his first defense either.
I agree. I personally feel that Finlay should still be the champion. However, Melball's mean and she doesn't know shit, right? Anyway,
You
yeah.
just jinxed this match because you said Tanahashi's going to win. So
I
stop
didn't say
predicting
it's
who
what
wins.
I wanted, though. I want
But,
Nemeth to retain, if anything, because
you
I
should.
feel that Nemeth can have the consistent matches going forward. I don't think Tana can.
And just like last time, you said you wanted Empire to win, but you said that Presidente was going to win. So it's going to happen again. It doesn't matter what you want; it's what you say is going to happen. And you
It's
just ruined.
because Melball is starting to catch on to the wrestling business, so she needs to get into it, clearly.
And we're getting it. May 3rd, we're getting the 15-minute time limit. It's Jeff Cobb versus Zack Sabre Jr. Let's go. I'm down for this. I'm so excited to see these two kick it in the ring again. I'm so excited for this. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Oh, heck yeah. It's going to be great. This is going to be great. I I understand the reasoning for the time limit. I just, with these two, they've already done it and they've done it to the time limit. So I think it would be very, very smart for them to come up with another kind of stipulation to kind of make their match a little bit more interesting. I don't know. There's still time.
Oh, yeah. Things could always change. It's on May 3rd. But it's going to be, anyway it stands, it's going to be fire. We're going to move on here. It's to the not a non-title match, but it's David Finlay versus Yota Tsuji. This is going to be good. I can't wait for it.
I'm excited for this one because these are the two superstars that I have been wanting to look out for the most this year because we got the new young hotness in Yota Tsuji returning from excursion coming to dominate NJPW. And we have the emerging star of David Finlay, he's been here a hot minute, but just finally has found his niche that works for him in this company. This is going to be a banger because you have the just sheer aggression and warlike mentality of David Finlay, but then you have this like never back down, never stop, keep pushing forward kind of mentality in Yoda. It's gonna be great. I'm curious to see the build that they do for it.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
in the initial kind of start to this, Suji had just come out of that battle with Naito, but he got his butt beat by Finley and the War Dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We will see. The funny thing is, Suji being the new hotness and David Finlay been around a while. They're the same age. They're both 30.
Yeah, but Finley's been back from excursion a lot longer
Oh,
than
100%.
Yoda
But I just say,
Suji.
it's weird how Finley's been like not a main, but he's been like out of his young lion for so long, and Suji's only been out for like a year, and they're the exact same age. It's just weird.
It could be a bit shocking. You know,
Mhm.
I feel like Suji was one of those late boys, though, who went a certain way to start
Well, he went to
and kind of,
college and yeah.
yeah. Whereas Finley, I think, knew that this was what he wanted to do
Funny
pretty early on.
it's funny that his dad didn't want him to become a professional wrestler because he didn't want him to have to run the road he did, but yet he's become one of the best in the business. So, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And on night 2, May 4th, we get Jen Maxley versus Ren Narita. This is going to be an interesting match because you're going to have Narita cheating like hell. You're going to have Moxley playing all brawler and stuff. I'm weirdly looking forward to seeing how these two clash in this match.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is this we're sorry that we let Jack Perry yoink your entire year-long storyline. So here's an opportunity at the IWGP Championship. I don't know. But if you guys are interested in seeing this match, you should probably understand that it doesn't matter what is or is not involved in this match. One of or both of these gentlemen are going to bleed.
100%.
It's guaranteed at this point. Narita, I don't know what is wrong with his nose, but like you look at it funny and it starts bleeding. So he typically always has a nosebleed during a match. So we're probably gonna see him bleed, but like he also has that push-up bar that he's been utilizing as his weapon of choice. So if Moxley does another unprotected shot to the head, chances are that something is going to cut him open on there. Like both of these guys have skin as thick as paper,
Mhm.
so they're going to bleed. So just FYI, if you are cringe with that stuff, like me, um, yeah, go into this with some caution, but go into it expecting one hell of a match because Narita has a fire under him right now that is just being fanned so good. And it has resulted in some amazing matches that he's been able to show off his technical background in. He's not a
Mhm.
Shibata Jr. anymore.
No.
You know, he has personality now.
We are getting Shingo Takagi versus Gabe Kidd, baby. Let's go.
Yes. Yes, this is gonna be great. Whenever I see Gabe Kidd now, I've gotten very excited because he might not be wearing his sassy pants, but boy, howdy is war ready Gabe Kidd back on the freaking warpath. And I'm excited for it. But Shingo Takagi, newly crowned, never openweight champion there. Disappointed we didn't get a new title,
Me
that
too.
he just cleaned it. Um,
Yeah.
there's still time, but I would like to see a new belt. El Presidente, maybe instead of a new suit this week, could we get a new belt? Be great. Yeah, this would be great.
Yeah. And finally, tag team titles: Bishamon versus Kenta and Chase Owens again.
Yes.
Well, I'm just hoping the titles go back, but yeah.
I mean, I am as well. I don't want to follow that up because I don't want to jinx it. But like,
Don't
look
say
at the other
just,
team.
just don't say it. Just don't say anything.
I'm not going to, but Kenta,
Yeah.
he
Just
is a
don't.
he's a problem, and not like a problem because he is a problem. Someone doesn't like him in NJPW, and they are punishing the heck out of him. And I have to say, get over it. Elsa that shit. Let it go. Let it go. Let Kenta be a champion more. Please.
Yeah. But yeah. And one last thing.
Oh.
It's not marigold, it's marigold.
I have to play it one more time just for the finger wag.
Please make sure that you keep that video
Oh,
so
I
that
am.
every time we have our Marigold show, we can have that at some point in it. And anytime we mess it up, we should have it on like play just right away.
I will do my
It's
best.
not marigold. It's marigold.
There's an entire video of each girl just saying Marigold over it. It's Marigold. It's Marigold. That's from that video. It was so good. It was
Good
so good.
promos. Good
That's
promos.
from the press day. It was so good.
Oh,
All right,
smart
but
people.
it is time to get our butts on out of here. Yeah. Again, we thank you all for joining us here again on Japanese Wrestling Update. You can find me on the X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at that Canada guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that Canada dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. I'm used to pointing the other direction there. You can also find us over on our YouTube channel, where you can find our long form reviews of all of the shows that we cover at youtube.com/at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. You can hear our shows from Andre Melball Wrestling Talk over on Sunday nights at mainevent.com or patreon.com/SNME Radio if you want to hear them in audio form. You can find me right here on. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What the heck just happened? Oh, it's ballooning. Oh, why did it do that? Oh, that's why, because I messed up how I put that in there. Haha! I'm getting. Where's my job? What the hell? No. There, save. Hey, I fixed it. I did. I fixed it. I swear. Yeah, there we go. You can follow us right here on OLE. All the socials, OLE podcast. Check us out. OLE podcast on the X, Instagram, and Threads. Over on Facebook, it's at Our Local Establishment. TikTok at Our Local Establishment, and right on YouTube and Twitch at Our Local Establishment. You can find me this Sunday hanging out with my boy Bobby Munson, watching some MLW in the morning, and then you can also find me next Wednesday night covering episodes 6 and 7 of the X-Men 97 series with my boy Old Ed. You can also find me this Sunday night on twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, hanging out with my boy, watching the AEW Dynasty show, watching Will Ospreay beat Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him.
D-bri-bri-d-dibby-doo-da-day.
Yeah, that guy. You can find me over there doing that this Sunday. You can find all this stuff multiple days of the week. He's got his AEW watch alongs on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if you want to replay any of his wrestling content, including our Andre Melball's stuff, go to youtube.com/@backbreaker video. Find stuff from me and Melball. You can find stuff from Mike. You can find stuff from Master Pizarro. Lots of great stuff over there. You can also find lots of his gaming replays that he does on Twitch over at youtube.com/@backbreaker_game, where you can find him, Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, that guy right there. I can't really see him that well, but he's right there in the sticker. And their freaking guest, Kayla J.
Kayla J. Kayla J.
Kayla J.
Kayla J. We love Kayla J.
We do. Melball, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on this show on Our Local Establishment every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, unless it's not. Usually is not, but we like to keep you guys on your toes. You can also catch me on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. Been a hot minute since we've been on there, but we are going to get back to you with some awesome content because we got shit to talk about. Stay tuned to our socials to see when that stuff is coming out. If you're wanting to watch NJPW or Stardom, we will leave links in the description box below once Andre gets my ticker. It is njpwworld.com or stardom-world.com. Oh, and we got Wrestle Universe on there as well.
That's where Marigold's going to be.
Yeah. Stardom World is 920 yen, or approximately 10 Canadian. NJPW World is 999 yen and also approximately 10 Canadian. What's Wrestle Universe, sir?
Same.
999 yen, approximately 10 Canadian. Actually, roughly more like 750. But still an amazing price to watch some amazing professional wrestling. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
No, I just want to thank y'all for being so beautiful. Please, if you're on Twitch, leave us a follow, and if you want to support us, you can subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, you got that Prime sub you can use, and don't forget to hit the on YouTube. Please give us a like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Everything. Share us out to all your friends, family, weird creatures across this grand multiverse of ours, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can alert every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello.
Hello.
No. Yeah.
And that being said, I am your Melba. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Adios.